Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Intellectual Films. So this image was released a couple days ago and it was indicating that we were going to get an icon change for the upcoming February update. So I really didn't have anything to say about this. I mean, the image itself is self-explanatory. It displays Damian Wayne and Catwoman on there. So what am I going to say about it? I mean, there's nothing that I could really add to the discussion there. You can all look at the image and say, oh, we're getting Damian Wayne and Catwoman. And that's all as much as I can honestly say about the subject itself. So I really avoided talking about it altogether. I was waiting for some more concrete information, and luckily we got some, thankfully. Surprisingly, though, we got a podcast. So I want to talk about the podcast that was just released last night by one of the administrators and one of the people who organize the forums and the Reddits. Rajan, I believe, is his name. I'll kind of go right here to the link itself where he actually uploaded it. So he talks to two of the development team members. One of them is an engineer and one of them is just a designer. I believe I may be misrepresenting their positions there, but you guys get the picture. They work on the game itself. So they got to sit down, and essentially the podcast was a promotion for the upcoming update. Really, they didn't dive into any of the issues that are plaguing the game at the time, at the moment. So, for example, all the bugs, or for that matter, PvP. They also didn't indicate that there were going to be any new game modes added, and this was actually confirmed after the post sit down with the organizer from one of the Reddit members who posted. An entire summary of what was discussed, and I'll kind of go into that later on in the video. But let's just talk about the update itself and who we're getting. So naturally, we are getting Robin, Damian Wayne, thankfully, Batgirl, and Catwoman. Now, if you've listened to the podcast itself, I'm going to try to make this digestible for you guys, so I can actually have an excuse to talk about this. But Robin will be the week-long challenge that we've seen Arcus, Chummuck, and Supergirl have respectively. In addition to that, we will see Batgirl as the PvP reward, as long as the 24-hour challenge that we see every Friday. And Catwoman will be the exclusive character, so she'll be the one that's worth 8K. I think this is fine. I'm not the biggest Catwoman fan. Again, that's entirely a personal preference. I'm more of a fan of Batgirl and Damian Wayne. I would say Batgirl's number one for me, and then it would be Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne's kind of got a soft spot in my heart now after the new 52. But yeah, so Batgirl's the character that I want the most, I would say. And then Damian Wayne, thankfully we can get him to like Legendary 3 or 4. We also have new login bonuses. They're better login bonuses. You guys can probably check that out in one of the posts on Reddit. I think it was recently uploaded, so you guys can do that on your own. I don't want to go too much into the characters. These are just the questions that the organizer asked the developers. First of all, I do want to talk about the podcast itself, because I think this is absolutely fantastic, and this is a thing we need to see from more developers, because it means they are communicating with us, the supporters, the fans, more so than anything else. So this is a great sign. Again, it was more so, I would say, a promotion more so than anything else. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we're going to actually talk about the issues in the game and the direction we want to go. It was more of, let's promote these three characters and let's get people excited about them. Like I said, I don't want to go too much into the characters. For example, like Damian Wayne, they describe his leadership being, he grants invisibility to a random ally, which is great. Batgirl supports evasion characters, so like Huntress, I suppose, and Catwoman. She's just the hardest hitting character. She's also very good against taunt characters. She'll go invisible if there's a taunt character on your team. So if you have like Wonder Woman or Superman or something like that, so that's great in its own right. But I want to wait until the official update is released to actually talk about it within the game itself, within the client itself. So stay tuned for that. But at the moment, I just want to touch on the podcast and what this tells me about WB. First of all, I don't know many developers that do this. The only developer that I can think of that's really good at communicating with their fans and are really active within the community itself is the one that I've personally been a part of, and that's Marvel Future Fight. They're really great at just notifying you whenever something's happening and just keeping you interested and invested within the title itself. I mean, when the patch notes drop for Future Fight, you guys fucking know. You're on that shit. You're excited. It makes your night. It's amazing. This is great. This is a great sign. Apparently, allegedly, we're going to get another podcast within the next coming weeks. So look forward to that. I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's giving us more of an idea of what they can do in this game. It's also keeping them in check, if you really think about it. Because you really don't want the game to be in a bad state and then come out in a fucking podcast and be like, oh yeah, act like everything's fine. So I doubt they're going to do that. So this is a great sign. But again, I do want to highlight this last point here, which is, no, we will not be getting a new game mode this month. So there was no talk of that. This was confirmed during the post discussion after the interview itself. Somewhat disappointing, I would say. But again, a lot of people are bringing this up to my attention that this really doesn't matter because there are so many games right now that are suppressing the traditional flow of the game, or rather the normal fashion that it should be working within. So really, all that matters is they fix all those and PvP itself before moving on to extra game content. You don't want to overflow it and then maybe that content's broken in itself. So you want to avoid that and just fix what's plaguing the game at the moment. I certainly agree with that. In fact, I totally agree with that. And I hope that's what occurs within the next update. And I hope this drops for the next couple days as well, so I can talk about it a little more. Yeah, this is all that was really said. Again, there is no indication on or no word on the Hope energy. I know I have seen pics of the login bonuses awarding you Hope energy, which is great, but I don't know if they're going to be more prevalent within just the clearing of the timed events. Hopefully, you get awarded far more Hope. Hope willpower, hope energy, I suppose it's called. So. Yeah, this is great. I absolutely love this. I hope we get to talk about this far more often, and they do podcasts more often. Yeah, I hope you guys are excited about the update. I certainly am. I'm all giddy up for this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How excited are you for this update? Are you staying with the game? Do you think they will fix a lot of the issues, especially with the characters that you're preparing for these events, for the Robin event, that is. Hopefully they fix a lot of the broken characters, but more so just the bugs in general. That is my number one concern overall. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys soon. Cheers.